I will defy the armies of the living God. The world will continue to revolve, will it not? The world has not come to an end. I am the one that says that the world shall come to an end at a certain point. When? At what time? At what appointed time do you speak of? Defy, disobey, do not forgive, never surrender. Reaching for my conclusions. That's a deliberate misconception of love. Are we not always? Not always. It seems that we have spent a lot of time just speaking in a world of evil, a mind of evil. But I'm good, so why would that be a problem? All I'm saying is that our love has only known evil. But the thing is that love is just love. It cannot be compromised, I suppose. So then you come out of the darkness and into the light. Not physical light and darkness. And then I just say, well, love does have to get smarter. Someone says you wish love were simple. You want simplicity of many different ideas. We don't need to justify everything through our actions, our words, and our experiences. But I suppose we could. I don't always have to prove myself, but I can. I don't like obsessing about power because they have shown me their power. Now I suppose I want to show them my power. What is my power? Being in the presence of God, me being present, and then me speaking. I speak. My speech and my presence. Empowered by what? Empowered by or powerful all on my own. And then the amount of time lacking the depth of understanding, not too deep though. You say, my libido is as high as it ought to be, as it can be. You understand? Then my eros, right? My freaking what I'm attracted to, sexually, of course. That's what it is. There's some practical considerations. Do I want someone that's taller than me, shorter than me, the same height as me? Say, thank who do we have to thank for the slash through the freaking equal sign? Someone has to create those symbols. You know what I'm saying? As per the occult, witchcraft, magic, all that stuff was just for the purposes of making me a bit more sensitive, a lot more sensitive to some things that keep in my heart. You understand? Like I don't have kids yet, but those very wonderful ideas, those virtues in my heart. You see, I argue against virtues. The will, the will is very important. My will that stays in my head, right? Is freaking is powerful. It doesn't have to be like the fire or the freaking plasma, or the freaking stars that are forming in the freaking galaxies. It has to be directed and guided by grace that I don't deserve. And then the unconditional freaking love, agape love of God, that gives me a certain level of selflessness, not too much, because it's myself that was being debated. Understand it? Understand that? In the minds of Satan, in the minds of Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. But then the names that I like to give my children, you can figure that out on your own. I can figure that out. I already have them. As per what I find attractive. I like shiny things. Nothing wrong with liking shiny things. Say freaking I say men are reasonable. You understand? We compute, we calculate, we do a lot. But we can be passionate, but we're not always expressing those levels of passion just because of the lack of understanding that has happened for quite a while, hasn't it? And then trying to confound the idea of power and control. Maybe because I'm someone that wants to have power and wants to be in control. Say the patriarchy, the patriarchy lives again. Ezekiel, dry bones shall live again. That's a problem. I don't always see myself as a Hebrew or even a Greek. At least I understand some of my language, right? Kiorobakbe Aditan. I may have pronounced that wrong. I may have pronounced that right. It just means when an issue carries, it'll eventually come to pass, which means all things do come to an end, don't they?